Hey guys, it's Jason from KCX. Our plan here is to go through all of our new pads, and then we're also going to be doing a little bit of wash work with the Ceramic Effect shampoo in the wash bay here, and then we're also going to have Hunter kind of brief us on all of the touches now of what KCX and what we offer for tire dressing.
So just going to kind of touch in them real quick before we go over here to Diego. Big area to kind of cover out of the gate is having our finishing pad come in both that of a soft and a hard format. So nice thing about this is depending on the clear coat on the vehicle, now you're able to tackle it with an appropriate pad. Let's say your Tesla's as an example with a softer clear coat, or a Mercedes with a harder clear coat. You can have an appropriate pad for it. The clip also highlighted their thicker pad. Helps out with heat distribution and the rounded edges for durability, so less chance of having an edge whether you pull it off accidentally, I did that before, or at the same time running against edges of the vehicle. So great new design piece, and during the live demo here with Diego, it'll also show how the flexibility is on the edge of the pad as you're going over curves. So the lineup is phenomenal. Majority of the lineup come in 2-inch, 3-inch, 5-inch, and 6-inch in the pads. And again, the assortment, the main note we would have is covering the difference between that of our hard and soft for finishing. Diego, what are you thinking here, sir?
Man, I'm excited. I'm so excited about these new pads. Had a chance to move along with these, and they are butter. They work so well. If you guys take a look on there, you'll see some little scratches on there. We're going to do one of my top favorites, which is P602. And as we work into it, take a look at the density of the pad itself. What's really, really cool is it actually helps to disperse the heat. So it gives you more, longer working time on the pad, which is super, super awesome. Longer working time means faster delivery of what you're trying to put out. So we're gonna start this off with the P602. I don't always recommend dabbing everything everywhere because the pad itself is gonna push it into your spots and areas. So there's no need for you to like dab so much stuff everywhere. You see, as you see it, just puts it into all the different locations, and you ramp it up like we always do. I like to hit about 4. Other people like a little bit faster, but here you can see where you can push down a little bit more. That's super cool. Of course, the great flex tool allows you to work very easily and do the work for you. That's the idea of the pad. The pad is made so that it is, again, another tool from Koch Chemie, which just tends to do more work for you than you have to do so much and go over it again so many times, right? We got some big gouges on here. One of the things, if you got a chance to visit us at SEMA, one of the things I did was just stand there and talk to everybody. We were like, hey, everybody's like, hey, you're about to burn. You're about to burn. Well, what I would do is I would end up doing that and say, hey, somebody touch that, see if it's hot. And it's really not. So it's amazing how much displacement of heat that these pads do. I think that's probably my biggest thing I love. The fact that I'm able to give a little more work time on what I consider one of the biggest parts of a car, which is making sure that the paint is looking pristine.
Yep. Displaces the heat. The thicker, new modeling is good for the durability side of it too, as Casey had mentioned, and we're super happy about what this brings. So the hard and the soft is awesome. There's even like a little diamond and a little feather, so you can tell the difference once they're open and out of the box.
So one of the new products we also have, which is going to be going here highlighted by our Hunter and Diego, will be our new CES Ceramic Effect shampoo, and they're going to go do some live demo here for you.
Yeah, and get to work with this. So CES Ceramic Effect shampoo just came out just a couple months ago. So what's really great about this is it's going to be packed full of some really solid polymers in there, giving you some really nice, strong protection. It's super slick in a bucket for your contact wash, things like that. Super easy to use, smells great. People ask, hey, can I throw it in a foam cannon? We recommend just keeping it in a bucket rather than a foam cannon due to the protection aspect of the product. It's not going to foam quite as well just because of that side of things. So we recommend throw it in a bucket, go panel by panel, and you're gonna get some really great results. Durability, you're looking for up to 10 weeks of durability out of this. So again, really stout protection, really great gloss, slickness, and of course, hydrophobics. So we're gonna take you a little bit through it and show you how to use it.
Yeah, one of the first things I want to point out is, yes, this car is extremely dirty. I would knock off a little bit off of that before we start actually wiping on it. But one of the things I want you guys to really keep your eye on is, please notice how the displacement of the water is actually happening at the time. All right, we're going to go ahead and start here.
It's beating up a little bit here, but we're going to find out what it's going to do once we have the CES on,
which is super, super cool, right? So gonna go on, like we said, I think the best thing to do is do panel by panel, and it's amazing. 10 weeks, guys, that's quite a bit of time. So think about that as you get started on that, right? We got everything ready, right?
Yep, good to go.
Oh, I switched to you.
So we're just going through, you can use your wash medium of choice, whether you want to use a microfiber wash mitt or even the Ultra line of sponges is going to be really great for this application. I mean, immediately, even on a super dirty car like this, you're feeling how slick the soap is, adding that lubrication that you need to make your wash process really safe, not worrying about marring the paint going through with your dirty panels. So recommend, of course, your traditional 2-bucket method. It's going to be best case, best process for this. If you do go through with a 1 bucket, you will see that the dirt is becoming encapsulated in that soap and just kind of clinging to the top of your bucket. So we recommend that's why, of course, for safest wash processes in general, doing a 2-bucket method, and of course with this soap as well. So,
And I'll say sensory-wise, standing here to the side, the actual scent is amazing, just like the rest of the lineup. So all part of the experience as you're going through the wash process is having something that is basically highlighting not just a phenomenal product, but giving you something to go beyond that with the experience side while you're doing your wash portion.
right, yeah. And so as you're going through with your mitt or your choice of medium, you're going to see as you come across it, as you're washing it, it begins to separate from the panel a little bit, starts to kind of space out, and that's telling you that the protection aspect is taking effect to the surface. So it begins to separate, and you're great. Cool, now I can go ahead and wash this off, and you're gonna get your great results. So we'll come through with our pressure washer and give it a rinse. And just like that, you'll begin to see immediate hydrophobics, water beading, sheeting running off of the car, giving you that ceramic effect, giving you that re-up on protection for your coated vehicles, for your uncoated vehicles. Now this soap is geared towards your coated vehicles as that maintenance piece. Great maintenance soap to add some more longevity to your coatings, your sealants, things like that. You can of course use it on uncoated cars and still get great results. And so yeah, as you can see, works really well, easy to use. And really awesome results. We'll come through and we'll dry this hood off.
Here. Thank you.
I think anytime you're looking at when you're applying something on an uncoated car, right? Yeah. Essentially, even if you're just doing some kind of a little wash clay seal package in your shop or in your detail environment, the cleaner the surface, the more you're going to get probably better bonding and better reaction out of it.
Yeah, so if you have a car that is super contaminated, has a lot of stuff embedded in the clear coat, it's going to be best case to, of course, pre-treat the vehicle first with your, say, multi-star or super foam or something a little bit stronger to eat at those contaminants to break down. We recommend taking the surface as close to neutral as you can before coming back through with CES. That's why it's a great maintenance piece. You don't need to pre-treat with something too extreme first, and you just come through with your 2-bucket method. So as you can see, immediate gloss improvement, getting a nice clean panel that is now protected for up to 10 weeks. So really solid stuff.
We'll segue over here because I get a lot of questions myself through DMs and phone calls on the difference between finishes. So Hunter here is going to be able to kind of go through the lineup and give you results firsthand, where you can kind of see exactly what sheen or finish you'll get out of these products.
Yeah, totally. So, back in the day, we hit the line when we first hit the US. Plastar was the big thing for all your exterior plastic trim and things like that. Everybody loved using it for tires. Because we didn't offer a tire dressing at that time. So people came through with Plastar, used it on tires, and had really great results. But the thing is, it's not technically made for tires. So tire glaze is where we introduced a couple year and a half ago to fill the gap in that dressing segment. So you're getting the same really great look and quality of Plastar, but you're getting the longevity on the tire with tire glaze. So people really like those, but with these, there's really not a dilutable aspect to them because of the chemical makeup of them. So that's where we came out with Hydroplast Care. So this is a new product to us, released here in the US about 2 months ago, and was announced at SEMA. And so what this is a water-based dressing, which is really great for multiple reasons. One, you can use it straight out of the bottle, just as you would tire glaze or Plastar, but you can also dilute the product down to your liking depending on use case. So with this, we can dilute it, say 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1, depends on how much level of shine that you want on that tire. So with your tire glaze, you're going to get a bit more of a wet tire look, get some nice depth out of it, and of course you can layer that to get a little bit more shine. But with Hydroplast Care, same thing. So say I cut it 4-to-1, I'm going to get a really great satin look to my tire, not glossy or anything like that. Now, of course, I can come back and layer that and get a little more sheen out of it if I would like. So I'm going to take you through a few applications. So we have everything taped off from your Plastar section tire glaze and then through Hydroplast Care at all the dilutions, just to give you an idea of what they look like and how easy it is to use them. So first, we're going to come through with a little Plastar, because I know Anthony loves Plastar on a tire. He's a big Plastar guy. Pop that off. So I'm just going straight onto an applicator, coming right in to my tire, easy to work in. This is a clean and prepped tire. It's probably going to absorb a little bit because it probably hasn't been dressed in quite some time. This was a pretty old, dry tire. Thanks, sir. Actually, I'm going to take that again for you to take that. So now coming on to our next section, tire glaze. If you've used tire glaze, you know it's going to be a little bit thicker of a formula compared to what Plastar is out of the bottle. Same thing to an applicator. Again, a little bit thicker of a formula. Work that into my tire. Our Plastar, our tire glaze with that one there. So now into the Hydroplast Care. Again, you can use it straight if you'd like. You can dilute it to your heart's desire. So I'm going to come through first with it straight. So straight out of the bottle. Smells like vanilla custard, if you will. Some people say it smells like a glazed donut. So I'm just going to come through a little bit on my applicator. You can see there, just a little bit right onto the tire. Easy to apply, goes on really nice and even, and of course it levels out nicely too, so you can let it go around, hit all 4 tires, come back, and it's going to have leveled out quite nicely. I say give it, if you want to apply a second coat, give it 20 minutes, let it kind of set up on the tire, and then come back and reapply some more. So that.
Also want to add on that this is really great for your faded trim, plastic trim pieces. This is your go-to stuff, and you can leave it with whatever sheen, right? That's what you're going to go into next.
Right. Yeah, so we're going to start getting into the dilutions of the product. And so run it back out of the tread. There we go. So next, Hydroplast Care at 1-to-1. Quick and easy dilution. You can use your favorite dilution ratio calculator of choice. Or sit down with pen and paper and do your math if you want to, but super easy to use here. Make sure we're primed. There we go. Just a little spray into my applicator. Coming right through at 1-to-1. I need a little more. There we go. I had a 1-to-1. Now we're going to step that down to 2-to-1. Now at 2-to-1, this is where I've been really rocking this product. I use it a lot at 2-to-1.
That's your favorite?
That's my favorite for your knobbier tires, things like that.
Okay.
If I want somebody who wants a nice dark tire but doesn't want too much shine, I'll come through at 2-to-1, and that's where I'm getting really solid results.
So I think this is what's the incredible part about this is the fact that now you have options to your, and giving options to your client is the biggest thing that you could do as a detailer, right? Well, I don't like it that color. I want it real shiny. So it just gives you that more ability to be even more professional and deliver more professionally to the customer's wanting.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so what you touched on being able to use on interiors, I've been really happy with the results at 2-to-1 for interiors. So being a water-based dressing, you can apply it to all exterior trim, interior trim, tires, you name it.
100%.
Yeah, and so again, adjust that level of shine depending on the customer wants a dash that's shiny for some reason.
Yeah.
Give them some shine. But
so big thing about doing interiors, and I'm so proponent about it because guys, we're responsible for ourselves and our own health and well-being. Don't spray stuff inside your interior. It's going to get all over the place. Number one, you're also going to breathe in it. So spray it outside and then bring it inside, right?
Yes.
Big thing.
Yeah,
There
totally.
you go.
So yeah, 2-to-1 is really great for hit it with a door panel. You're going to see that nice jetting effect just as you would with say Top Star.
Yeah.
And so the surface is going to darken a little bit. You're going to get all of your UV protection, your anti-static properties, things like that. Of course, recommend not using it on your slip areas. So don't use it on your brake and gas pedals.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Big thing. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you don't want a customer getting back in their car and going to hit the brakes and can't hit the brake.
Gotcha.
So next, 2-to-1. Coming right through with 2-to-1 on the tire. And you'll see it's still darkening the surface, but it's not going to be quite as shiny as it levels out. So 2-to-1, again, my favorite use for especially your off-road tires, things like that. And then, so we have 3-to-1 or 4-to-1. We have a 3-to-1 over there.
Oh, that was the 3-1.
That was 3. Okay.
Yeah. So that one.
So we'll go into 4-to-1.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we're okay. I moved him around.
No, you're good. You're good.
I moved him around on you.
So with 4-to-1, again, super easy to apply. I always tell people, less is more. There's not a need to over soak a tire because then you're just going to get it in all the little cracks and crevices, the lugs. It's going to take extra long for that product to set up. And if you do it, say 10 minutes before a customer drives off, you're going to be getting some sling down the side.
Yeah.
Now, of course, this product does dry to the touch, so you're not worried about that sling or anything like that. But with proper application and letting the product at least set for 20, 30 minutes before you send it on its way. So
Absolutely.
yes, so easy to apply. Again, so you start from over here. As we said, this tire has absorbed a fair bit of product, being a bare tire. But we'll come through with a little Plastar. Hand that to you. Now again, Plastar is great for, people love it on tires. It's great for all of your exterior plastic trim. That's where it's going to shine, getting the depth, the restorative look to the trim, giving it the UV protection, the anti-static properties. You get some really great hydrophobics off of it as well. Knock that right on there. I'll hand that to you.
Yep.
And then again, with tire glaze being a thicker formula, this is what I like to apply with the foam block, just because I don't feel like as much product is absorbing into the surface. And yeah, and of course, with any of these, you can layer them to get that desired level of shine.
Yeah.
Of course, if you know how Plastar or tire glaze smells, it's got a good scent to it. But with Hydroplascare, smells like a vanilla custard. It smells great.
Muffins in the morning.
Muffins in the morning, glazed donuts, you name it. It smells really, really fantastic.
There you go.
And so, of course, with being a water-based dressing, you may not get quite as much longevity compared to tire glaze, being a solvent-based product versus water-based.
Sure.
But again, great results, and the versatility of it is huge because you have people who are running mobile rigs, things like that. They don't want to have to stock 75 different products in a van where they only have shelf space for say 12. So giving them the capability of using Hydroplascare for your tires, exterior plastic trim, interior protection, it's a really great versatile thing. I've had people ask about floor mats. Not for floor mats. Floor mats, that's where we keep Gummy Fix.
That's
Gummy
it.
Fix is it's
Don't
home.
change a win-win-win
Exactly.
situation.
Yeah. So I've had people ask about that. I say no, not for mats, but Gummy Fix. So easy demonstration, showing you kind of the look between each one. And in my home garage, I'm always using Plastar for exterior trim. always using tire glaze for those people who really want some extra shine, some depth. They want that wet look, I'll give them a couple layers of tire glaze and really work the tire.
There you go.
But then of course, keeping your different dilutions of Hydroplast Care is great to have always on hand, just in case you need it. You never know. You may have a customer that comes in and just wants something super matte. Like, cool, I got you 4-to-1, it's just squared away and the tire looking
There
really
you go.
nice.
Wow, Hunter, that is a pretty crazy comparison. Thanks for showing us that. And you know what? What's even more amazing than that is hitting that like button. That's right, you can like and subscribe to the Rag Company YouTube channel here. Thanks so much for the presentation, guys. Now, if you want to see these full segments, like the whole thing from the actual show, you can check them out at this playlist. All right, now that you got the info, go check it out, and we'll see you in the next one.